What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We're going to be doing a brief follow-up on the video that I posted last night. Now, this is kind of an interesting video. I wouldn't necessarily call this a retraction, but we're going to go ahead and just clear a few things up. Now, first off, I want to say, and this right here is a werewolf, by the way. Of course, he's not werewolfized, but he is a werewolf. After I posted that video, the CEO of TGN and one of the vice presidents of Broadband TV both have contacted me, and at first the communication wasn't very friendly. It was more along the lines of basically saying I was misinformed and et cetera, et cetera. And you can imagine, from their perspective, some punk kid on the internet is talking shit about their business, not going to understand the the initial hostility. What happened basically, and the reason I said what I did, is partner support. That's the people you talk to whenever you have issues with your YouTube channel and you're part of a partnership. They're the guys that are supposed to be able to help you with these things, sort things out, and they're your first line of defense as a viewer or as a partner. So if you've got problems, you talk to them, they sort it, and you don't get to talk to the CEO. CEO's, hanging out in his office and doing CEO shit, and that's not dealing with your partners. And I'm not saying George doesn't interact with his partners. I'm sure he does, but it's just basically, you call the help desk, you call the support line, you don't talk to the CEO. Well, apparently partner support at TGN was ill-informed on how their process worked. So when originally I was partnered and other people were partnered and our videos were auto-claimed, these guys told us on the forums that we weren't going to get paid for those videos until the dashboard came out, which obviously sent most of us getting irate and getting pissed off. And we're like, well, what the hell? Why not just fix it? Oh, well, we're not going to spend the money on it. Oh, well, wow, that's a dick thing to say. So when somebody tells you that, you're going to just assume they're telling the truth because they're partner support. They're the guys who are paid to help you, trained to help you, and they are supposed to know what's going on because you don't work there. You've only got their word basically to live by. Well, the problem was partner support was wrong. Partner support was either poorly trained or, and I'm not going to shit talk them. They just didn't know the right information and they were telling people the wrong information. And for whatever reason, the guys at TGN on the top level and the guys at TGN on the bottom level weren't talking and weren't communicating. And so there was a massive gap on information. So when I made my video, George took a look at it and he was like, well, what the hell? That's not how it works. And so he obviously contacted me and let me know that it was BS, I was lying, and that I should get my facts straight. Well, on my end, my facts were pretty crystal clear. I'd been talking to everyone I was capable of talking to. I was sorting everything that I was capable of sorting. And short of, driving up to Canada and, knocking on somebody's door, there wasn't much else I could do. It's not like I had George's private cell phone number and I could just call him and, wait, what the hell happened? And I could, oh God, there we go. And I could just call him and ask. So once I got on the conference call on, why does it keep doing that? Once I got on the Skype call with George, that is hilarious. He sorted out with me and I talked to the guy at Broadband TV and he told me he was going to take a look at it as well. The way it actually works is when these videos are misclaimed, they are dumped into a queue and the queue is handled each pay cycle. So just because somebody from partner support misinformed told us that we weren't getting paid, that doesn't actually make it true. So we were getting paid, it was basically misinformation. So, it's kind of like one of those things, somebody in the theater screams fire and everybody's running around screaming. Well, that's what happened. And, TGN not having any dashboard at the moment, so you can't actually see what you're getting paid, that's how things like this start. We don't have any way of verifying that they're paying us what we're owed, and they're working on that. So, but that's how this happened. So because somebody at partner support was misinformed, he misinformed us. Nobody corrected the guys at partner support, so we mistakenly assumed they were correct because, they work there. And that's how this all happened. So just to clear things up from what I've been told by George and other folks at TGN, the money is processed correctly. Partners are getting paid the correct amount, and the videos that weren't claimed correctly are fixed manually by the system. So it's not something that we have to wait on the dashboard. So if you're waiting on a dashboard to correct a problem that you think is something wrong with your payment or something along those lines, you don't have to wait on the dashboard. It's already corrected, and if you think for whatever reason you're not being paid the correct amount, you need to discuss it with them. And I'm sure somebody's saying, well, hey, Pyro, how do you know they're telling you the truth? Well, that's the whole thing. The reason I posted the video is I had proof, because of the partner support guys, that we weren't getting the correct amounts. And so I ran with that. It's the only reason I posted it, because if I post something like that and I don't have proof, I can get sued. As soon as they tell me that they have done due diligence and they have fixed it, I have to believe them, because I don't have any evidence that says to the contrary. So I'm going to assume that they're telling the truth, and I'm going to, you know, go with that. And until I hear otherwise, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not saying that they're lying, just so we're clear about that. You know, as far as I know, they're telling the truth. Everything's on the up and up, and it was just a massive communication. So if you were waiting on that, I strongly suggest that you take a look at any of the statistics that you do have on your end. And if you think something's fishy, contact partner support again, and, you know, just let them know that, you know, what your issue is, and hopefully that can get sorted. So hope that clears things up. This means TGN isn't a bunch of scum, and I would just like to get that cleared up so that there are no miscommunications. If you have any confusion or any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer it, and you know, I don't work for TGN. I don't have any special contacts with TGN, so you know, I'll do my best to answer any questions you might have about it, but you're probably better off contacting partner support or their forums. So hope that solves all the problems. Hope that gets everything sorted, and we can get back to doing what I do best, which is making awesome video game commentaries. Hope to see you guys on the channel in the future. If you like this video, click that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, tips, tricks, and guides. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.